This lesson is one of the areas of commercial law that I find difficult. Although commercial law was my Waterloo in the 2013 bar examinations, I redeemed myself by teaching commercial law subjects like negotiable instruments law, and in my legal practice, I am practicing commercial law. As an overview, the first part of the lesson tackles Incoterms on a macro level, thus helping you understand its definition, its purpose, and use. The second part of the lesson talks about the 2020 Incoterms. So we begin with what are Incoterms. According to the International Chamber of Commerce, Incoterms are the world's essential terms of trade for the sale of goods. The term is actually a trademark and is registered in several countries. The term itself means in for international, co for commercial, and terms as these words are with corresponding meaning. Incoterms, it provides specific guidance to individuals participating in the import and export of global trade on a daily basis. Based on these statements by the International Chamber of Commerce, two elements are present. 1. Sale of goods, and 2. Import and export activities. But before proceeding, we must know who publishes the Incoterms rules. As found in the website of the International Chamber of Commerce, it is this office that issues the Incoterms rules. The first set of Incoterms rules were published in 1936, and the latest was published in the year 2020. So, what prompted the creation of Incoterms? Since there are different laws, practices, and legal interpretation between and among traders around the world, it created the need of having a common and standardized set of rules and guidelines. Basically, the Incoterms rules, according to the International Trade Administration, help ensure a smooth export transaction and avoid potentially costly mistakes. And in the simplest terms, it clarifies tasks, costs, and risk of the parties involved. Talking of parties, who are these parties? The parties are the sellers and the buyers, as we are talking about sale of goods. Incoterms, depending on the type agreed by the parties, start from the time the goods are already produced by the seller until it is received by the buyer. It is likewise important to point out what Incoterms do not cover. According to the International Trade Administration, Incoterms do not A. Address all the conditions of a sale, B. Identify the goods being sold, nor list the contract price, C. Reference the method nor timing of payment negotiated between the seller or buyer, D. When title or ownership of the goods passes from the seller to the buyer, E. Specify which documents must be provided by the seller to the buyer to facilitate the customs clearance process at buyer's country. And F. Addresses liability for the failure to provide the goods in conformity with the contract of sale, delayed delivery, nor dispute resolution mechanisms. With this in mind, we hope that you look forward to the next part of the lesson, which specifies the 11-2020 Incoterms. I hope you learned something. Happy learning!